Hello, welcome to Module 5 of EDSC 591. As you can see, I'm at the top of our titanium course page, and I'm going to scroll down to Module 5. This is the last 3-week module in our course, and it takes us right up to the fall recess. This module concentrates on core proposition 3. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. As such, the signature assignment for this module is probably our most comprehensive assignment. In this assignment, you do an analysis of student work. We're going to be leaning heavily on Component 2 of the National Board certification process and using some of their guidelines and their questions for reflection to sort of frame this assignment. In this module, we will compare and contrast different styles of classroom discourse, define characteristics of student-centered teaching, design learning activities with specific adaptations for a focus student, and examine student work for evidence of differentiated instruction. And that really is what the analysis of student work is all about. To the extent possible, giving your context and your subject area, we're going to use the component to look at how one would adapt a lesson or an activity for your focus student, and then take a look at the student work and do a detailed analysis and reflection. Let's take a look at week 11. Because this assignment is fairly complex, in week 11, a big portion of that week is spent actually looking at the component 2 materials for your specific subject area. So you'll go into the certificate area, and this time, instead of looking at the standards, which we looked at earlier in the second module, we will be looking at the actual guidelines and questions and framework found in the Component 2 section of the instructions. You'll start out during this week reviewing the analysis of student work assignment by finding the appropriate Component 2 materials and reviewing the assignment description of the analysis of student work. This assignment asks you to take the focus student you did a case study on and design a piece of instruction or instructional adaptation for a student you interviewed. Collect the work, analyze that, and reflect on it. Now, I know that that might not be totally possible in each of your contexts, so we'll make appropriate adaptations. Ideally, you would design an adaptation to a piece of instruction or the instruction itself focused on that student. If not, you might end up taking work produced by that student and then talking about how one might adapt or differentiate that same activity to more meet that student's needs. In the assignment, you will need a description of the instructional context, a description of the activity, the student work actually produced with your comments on it, and then scanned in as part of your assignment, the analysis of the student work, and a reflection. And in this reflection, you answer the questions or a subset of the questions that you find in the Component 2 guideline. Now, this is a greatly pared down version of Component 2. In Component 2, you're asked to analyze multiple students' works, multiple activities. This is one instructional activity and one student. But we can still use the questions that are produced in the guidelines to guide our analysis and reflection. Because about this point, many students in the course might have questions about how to do the adaptation necessary for this assignment, I've set up 2 web conferences. You can come to either one to ask questions. One's on Monday of this 11th week of our course at 4:30, and the other one is on Tuesday of this first week at 6 o'clock. You should join one of those 2 sessions, if at all possible, in order to discuss in more details your specific circumstance and your specific approach to this assignment. In addition to reviewing the analysis of student work assignment, we're also going to go out and watch another classroom video chosen by subject area. And this time we're paying attention specifically to classroom discourse. So I want you at first to write just like a quick write, no citations necessary, one post this first week, due at the end of the week on Sunday, answering what did you notice about the classroom discourse in this video clip, and these will be done in your subject-specific groups. The following week, in week 12, we will in fact return to this form in week 11. But first we're going to read Questioning the Questions and Attending to Student Voice, the Impact of Descriptive Feedback on Teaching and Learning. These are two articles that we've chosen to cover this topic. And then once you've read these articles, we want you to go back to that exact assignment that you just did a quick write on. Your initial post should be to your own posting. So we want you to read these articles and then respond to your original post, and this time citing these articles. If your analysis has changed, in what ways, why or why not. And you can cite these readings and or past readings in the course. You also might answer, what would you take away if you were the teacher from this discussion? And finally, after everybody's had a chance to respond to their own post on Thursday, between Thursday and Sunday, I'd like you to go to someone else's post. Look at their initial quick write, and then look at their response to their own quick write, and then respond to that. Again, citing articles from this course so far. If you have more than one in your group, you should respond to at least 2 of your classmates. In week 13, we take a quick look at student-centered teaching, and we do so by looking at an article published in The Atlantic about a year ago. As the article discusses student-centered learning, what, in your opinion, are the strengths and weaknesses of this approach? How does it affect teaching? And try and support your opinion with examples from your own practice and or information from this or other readings in the course. Initial post by that Thursday, responses by that Sunday. Also due that Sunday will be your analysis of student work assignment. We're going to be putting it into a workshop, and then I will assign within your subject-specific group each of you one of your classmates' submissions to assess. Because I'm philosophically opposed to assigning work during the recess, this peer review will not be due until the following Sunday after the end of recess. So that will be December 6th, which is only 1 week before the end of the class. I will attempt to turn these around very quickly. As you know, I have to close out the assessment period, do my own assessment of both the work and the assessment, and close out the workshop before you can see the responses. I will try to have myself ready to do that within a very short period of time so that you'll get the benefit of seeing the responses from your classmates. When we return from fall recess, we have 2 weeks left. Those will concentrate on professional development core proposition. I get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, the Professional Learning Network. Your work will be focused on reviewing and assembling and reflecting on all the signature assignments in this course. You'll be putting them into a portfolio, doing a reflection on it, and presenting it in some fashion. As always, feel free to email me any questions, comments, and concerns as you proceed to get into this module. Between now and the time that I speak to you or work with you online, please enjoy your learning and teaching.